Today's episode is all about those little things that you can do to make a big difference when someone you love is stuck in the pit of depression. I'm talking about creating a care package, not like a Pinterest perfect one, but one that says, I see you, I love you, you don't have to do this alone. Welcome back to the Suicide Prevention Lady podcast, where we make intervention easy. I'm your host, Dr. Rikki Turner. I am the thinky kind of doctor and not a medical professional, so please do not take anything in this episode as medical advice. Okay, let's first start with why care packages matter. When people are in the throes of depression, they often lack the energy to do the most basic things. Now, if you are a neurotypical person, or if you are somebody who has never struggled with depression at all, then this may seem just really foreign to you. But we have a hard time brushing our teeth, showering, flossing, bathing, eating, drinking, those type of things. So when we're talking about basic human needs, it becomes very difficult if you are the person struggling. And it's hard to understand sometimes. For instance, you may go to work one day and forget that you've put on deodorant. And then you kind of obsess about it and you're like, oh, I've got to go find some. Or if you're like me, you hit that hand sanitizer pretty hard. We do things that just kind of get us by. But for those that are struggling, a lot of times it doesn't even matter. Like, it's not that they forgot, it's that sounds too hard. And if you remember on the episodes with Jen Butler, she talked about this. Like, she had a really hard time. And so it was those little flossing picks that finally got her some momentum. So we're going to talk about how to create like a care package for somebody if you're not really sure what to do. Because what we're trying to do is we want to give them something that we're not trying to make them feel bad or anything like that. It's just, I just want to make your life easier. And I see you, I see that you're hurting, and I want to make it just a little bit better for you. That's what we're trying to do. And a big thing about one of these care packages is if you've ever experienced decision fatigue, you cannot make one more decision, right? That person that is laying in the bed not taking care of themselves, they're not doing that out of spite or for any nefarious reason. They're overwhelmed by what to do first, or they're guilting themselves they understand they're not taking care of themselves. They get that. It's just, where are they supposed to find the energy to get up out of the bed? Now, this is where I say things to people like, if you can't shower standing up, sit. Lay down in the shower if that's what it takes. There's no moral code to caring for yourself. There's no moral code to the proper way to shower or bathe or brush your teeth or whatever. We have to meet people where they are. So if it's been a week since they brushed their teeth, all we're trying to do is give them something that they can grab onto and just gain just maybe the tiniest bit of momentum. Because if you remember when we talked to Jen, it was like several days of just flossing her teeth with the little flossers that finally got her over the edge to be able to like, okay, I think I can shower now. So that's what we're talking about today. Keep in mind, it's not about saving somebody. It's about softening the sharp edges of the day just enough for them to keep going. That's our goal. So let's talk about what to include. Let's go with basic hygiene first, okay? So I don't know if you are aware of these, but there's these, they're called wisps, but they're disposable toothbrushes. They're tiny, and they have just like this little plastic thing and like a little bead of like a mint or something, and you can just use those. It's got like a hook on the end, so if you need to like pick things out of your teeth or whatever, it's got that sharp end. But it's just like a little pack. They come in the toothpaste aisle, and those you can also order online. I've never seen the disposable toothbrushes other than the wisps. There's other like more full-size disposable. They're like preloaded with toothpaste on them. You can get those as well. But I think you have to order those online. Anyway, these are great because you don't have to even get out of the bed. They can have the care package there, and they can just by the bed and just open it up and do a little quick brush. I have kept these in my office and in my car for I don't know how long, just in case, because I have raging ADHD and I cannot be medicated for it. So I'm constantly forgetting basic things like this. And so I might be on my way to work. I'm like, I didn't brush my teeth. And so I'll grab one of the wisps and do it. They can be used for that. Some brushing is better than no brushing at all. And so if you're like a dental hygienist or a dentist on here and you're like, oh my God, please don't follow this advice. You need to floss and brush your teeth well every day. I understand that. I do. I get it. Some brushing is better than no brushing at all. We're starting with baby steps. Along those same lines, I've already talked about this too, but the little floss picks. Number one, I think it's gross to stick your hands in your mouth. I just think that's gross. So, and it's for me, I'm not judging other people who actually floss their teeth. I'm actually in awe of you that you can handle it, but I can't handle it. So in order to floss my teeth, I have to use the little floss picks anyway. Again, some flossing is better than no flossing at all. So even starting with those, they can have them and just, be watching Netflix or whatever and just kind of absentmindedly floss, taking care of their teeth just a little bit, especially if they're struggling with some of those. Face and body wipes. The little wet ones, or maybe there's like I know there are the facial cleansing cloths. You can't open one of those around women anywhere without somebody like needing another one. It's just all of a sudden their community, right? Those will help wash the face before bed, or maybe they do need to hit the pits, tits, and slits, the hot zones, if you will. Whatever it is, that helps them with basic hygiene. And that can go a really long way to just making somebody feel whole again. And if the thought of a shower is overwhelming, this is a lovely follow-up. So we've got Wisp disposable toothbrushes, floss picks, face or body wipes, a dry shampoo or some sort of scalp refresher. Again, if your hair is matted to you, that might be hard. And then there are times where I will literally throw some dry shampoo in my hair and throw it up on top of my head because I'm like, I can't handle. For women, especially women with long hair, and then I also have thick hair on top of that, that is washing my hair more than once or twice a week is exhausting. I don't want to. Now imagine I'm also riddled with depression and I can't bring just the thought of a shower is so overwhelming. So some dry shampoo would be fantastic. And then like a roll-on deodorant. You can even get the little travel size. Just like a little roll-on deodorant. Because I have smelled myself before when I have not had deodorant. It doesn't make you feel good about yourself. If you can smell yourself, it makes the fact that you haven't bathed in a long time really much worse. Depression showers are real. It helps when standing upright for 10 minutes feels like it's Mount Everest. So if you have these things readily available for them, you feel a little bit better about yourself when you don't stink and feel grimy. The other thing that we forget when we are in this state is nutrition and hydration. We want to have quick things that can be grabbed because I can't shower. No, there will be no cooking. I'm also not leaving my house to go get food. So I may DoorDash some things. But other than that, I'm not going out and I'm not going to prepare food for myself. So things like protein bars are great to have on hand. They, you can get the whole nut ones. You can get all the different, my son is on I think they're Built or they're Puff. I don't know, something like that. They've got all kinds of them. Do your research, find the best tasting ones, make sure it's within their food allergies, and put some protein bars in it. Another thing would be like some bottled water and maybe some electrolyte packs like Liquid IV or maybe some Gatorade or the Mio, the little squeeze flavors or something like that. Just something to give them a little bit of variety with the water. Shelf-stable fruit pouches or smoothies. Y'all, I love the Nokas. I'm looking around to see if I have one of the packages, and I don't see one, but Nokas, it's like got like 5 grams of protein in it. It's all natural. There's no soy or anything like that. It's fruit, flax, stuff like that. They're delicious, and they don't even have to be refrigerated. You can just set them to the side, and then you get hungry, you can just eat one of those like a toddler. They're great. There's all kinds of stuff. Fruit pouches. I talked about the Nokas. You've got like applesauce packages. Some of them are mixed with vegetables now, so you're getting some more nutrition, stuff like that. And then think of like maybe a popcorn or a trail mix or something like that. Something, if you can get individual bags, even better, because we don't want to be trying to keep up with something to keep fresh. But like little individual bags like that, where it's just like, okay, I can't possibly think about turning on the stove, but I can eat a Noka, drink a water, have a protein bar, have a little bag of Smart Pop or whatever. Those are great tools to have when depression's telling you eating is too much work. We can turn around and be like, well, not today, Satan. I got you. This is minimal effort. Some other things that we might want to think about is like some energy conservation tools. So think some comfort items, maybe like some fuzzy socks or a soft blanket, something like that. That's just cozy. A small fidget or stem toy, if you have, they've got some really cool ones. You can go like Five Below or Pop Shelf or something like that. And they always have some like cool little trinkets. Those are always nice for, if you're not getting much exercise, you're not getting out, your body is probably vibrating a little higher, just like I need something like a small fidget toy or stem toy is great for those type of things. Lip balm. We don't often think about lip balm, but a really nice lip balm, because when we're not taking care of ourselves this way, probably not hydrated well, our lips are getting crusty, and nobody likes having crusty lips. So find them a lip balm and stick that in this care package. Another thing you can do is maybe an eye mask. If you get those, there's some cooling ones that you can get. I'm allergic to a lot of stuff, so I look at these vicariously through other people. You can also get like some blue light blocker glasses, so that, if they're spending a lot of time on their phone, that will help them. It might help their mental health a little bit more, being able to block some of that light. And you can think of other things as well. Maybe they like specific types of pajamas or something. You can get them something there. Maybe there's, if you're looking to spend some money, there's those eye massagers, there's all kinds of things. Be creative here, but just something that will give them just a little boost to conserve their energy a little bit and maybe be able to use it to move forward. And then we want to give them something like some emotional lifelines, if you will. So write them a handwritten note. Just let them know, hey, just FYI, I don't think you're a burden. I love you, and I love supporting you. Or, maybe a memory letter, where you tell them about some awesome memories y'all have together. Just something that's letting them know, hey, I see you, I love you. They can read it over and over again if they want. It's a lovely little reminder for them. Then we have like a card with affirmations on it. You can put things in it like, you don't have to be productive to be worthy. Dental hygiene is morally neutral. Just maybe some reminders for them where they can see they're not failing as a person. They're just going through something hard. And you can look up use ChatGPT here. You do you, okay? Find some affirmations for them, or you can make them like a little affirmation jar, and they can like reach in and grab one whenever they need a little pick-me-up. Whatever, you can get creative with this. It's just another way of supporting them when it's hard to be around them. And then maybe like a photo or like an inside joke or something like that. Just something to remind them of you, and remind them that there's somebody that's still thinking about them. So sometimes the thing that keeps you here is knowing somebody else wants you to be. anything that goes along those lines would be fantastic. Okay, lastly, we're wanting some gentle distractions. Just something that is outside of Netflix or Hulu, okay? Some low effort type of things, like maybe a puzzle or adult coloring book. If you're like me and you're a little demented in the head, there's some adult coloring books you can get that have cuss words and stuff like that. I would think that was hilarious, and I would want to do that. But get them something like that. Maybe like a find the word. Is that what they're called? I don't remember. But like a find the word puzzles or crosswords or Sudoku or whatever. Make sure if you're getting a coloring book to give them a coloring pencils or something like that with it. If you're getting a puzzle, throw an ink pen or pencil and mechanical pencil in there. Those are great. You can also get them like stickers. There's sticker coloring now. It's weirdly addicting. There's magnetic poetry where you have all the sayings and then you just kind of create your own. You can get one of those. I can't remember what they're called, but it's a picture of a bald man and then you put the hair on him and make different hairstyles with the magnet filaments, Etch-a-Sketch, a Magna-Doodle, whatever. Something that's fun that you can just kind of play with is great. And then make them a Spotify playlist. Make them a playlist that with some like maybe uplifting music or music that makes you think of them or something like that. But it's always so thoughtful when someone makes a playlist for anybody, let alone whenever you're down in the dumps. And I do have I think it's like Happy Vibes or I don't know, Mental Health Positive, I think. Yeah, it's Mentally Health Positive playlist that I have that I'm happy to share. So people can use that if they want to, but I'm going to be okay vibes. We're going to make it through. And that's always beautiful. Now, we've talked about what to include. Let's talk about what not to include. These are well-meaning things. Gosh, they are well-meaning, but where you don't want to cause damage. So let's stay away from like motivational, quote unquote, motivational quotes that feel invalidating. The things like suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Don't do that. The grass is always greener, or, I don't know. You'll know when you see them. It might be motivating to you, but you need to come at it from a lens of mental health is suffering and how that can be interpreted. Okay. Another thing we don't want to do is like diet stuff or weight loss products. Nope. We're not going there. We're not giving them any indication that they are not enough exactly how they are. I'm just going to leave it at that. We don't want to do anything that feels like a chore. Okay. We don't want to give them like a self-help book or workbook that they need to work through or something like that. Number one, now is not the time. We have to meet people where they are. And when they are ready to do the work, they can let us know. We're not going to push it on them. It's going to be another thing that adds to their plate. And it's another thing that adds to the guilt and the shame that they are putting on themselves for not being able to get out of the bed in the first place. So we're not going to make that worse by giving them other things to do that we know they're probably not going to do and will, in fact, make their mental health worse. Be careful about religious items. Now, if you know that a particular religious item will be comforting to them, as in you know them well enough and their journey that this is something that they've talked about before or something like that, fine. I would be very, very careful with that. We do not want to cause religious trauma by accident. I mean, we don't want to cause it at all, but certainly not by accident. So I would very, very much advocate to maybe stay away from stuff like that. If faith is important to them, they've talked about faith being important to them. And I'm looking around to see if I even have one available, and I don't, but there's like these little, like a year of, I think it's called Jesus Calling or something. This is just one example. I'm sure there are others out there, but like it's literally like a verse and a paragraph, and it's just like a little daily devotional. Now they might be able to sit there and read something like that, but again, make sure that that is where they are in their journey, that they are actually wanting something like that. We've talked about what to include. We've talked about what not to include. Let's talk about how to deliver it, okay? You can leave it at the door with a note and then just let them know, hey, drop something off at the front door for you. You can drop it off and say, hey, no need to talk. Just wanted you to have this. You can ship it to them and honestly just ask them for their address and ship it to them. You don't have to put your name on it if you don't want to. I'm a big advocate of putting your name on it, but if you don't want to, great. Just the fact that somebody is thinking about them is so helpful. I don't want you to feel like a thank you or any type of reaction is expected, okay? Don't go into it expecting a thank you or any type of reaction from them. This isn't about you. And you may think, well, I went through all of this effort and not even a thank you. If that is you, I need you to do some reflection and see, why do you need that? What is your real motivation for giving this care package? If it's to get a thank you or kudos, then don't do it, because your heart is not in the right place. Your goal is to help them and make them feel loved and heard and seen, not to get accolades. Keep in mind, the point is not to pull them out of a hole. It's to sit at the edge and toss down snacks, okay? Like, it's to be there with them in the darkness so they can finally pull themselves out, all right? Now, if someone you love is struggling right now, know that your small acts are not small at all. They're sacred. I have talked to so many people, and it was tiny little things like this that gave them hope and would be just the thing that would allow them to move on to another day or to finally reach out for help or whatever. No one is shamed into being more mentally healthy. That's not how it works. So these small things, you don't have to do this Herculean effort. You don't have to go out and just move mountains so that they know they're important. Checking on them, important. Listening to them, important. Giving them a care package like this, important. These are all things that make them feel seen and heard and loved. And I want you to know, in my EASE framework, talking about this care package, talking about these type of things, this is the very definition of showing up for somebody. Showing up with no expectations, just to show love to the person so that they know somebody out there has taken time out of their day and spent their own money to go and find things that would comfort them because they're that important to you that you want them to stay another day. It's huge. It's huge. It's wonderful. So please keep that in mind when you're doing this. If you're the one struggling, consider building a care package for your future self. If you've got Amazon or Walmart Plus or whatever, go ahead and put it in the cart. Have it together so that when this happens, if you know, like, let's say you're a bipolar person and you know you have highs and lows, and you know when you get in a low what it feels like, make one for yourself. It's okay to be kind to your future self. We're typically really mean to ourselves, so doing it for yourself is wonderful. If you don't mind, if you enjoyed today's episode and you want to hear more, or you want more people to hear this stuff, subscribe to the show, leave a review, maybe share it with a friend. Just anything you can do to help spread the awareness around this podcast and the movement that I'm trying to create. It all helps so much. So anything you can do like that would be greatly appreciated. I also want to hear from you. What are some things that you would include in a care package? Maybe I didn't cover it, but something that would be really important to you. I would love to hear that. I would love to update this list. So let me know. You can comment on the actual podcast. You can send me a note. You can, my mailing address is on my website. Anything you want, I'm happy to do any of it. Next week, I'm joined by mental health advocate and clinical social worker Justin LaFoon for a conversation that pulls no punches. We dive into the truth about 988, the hotline, and what it is, what it isn't, and why the funding or lack of it matters more than people realize. So if you've ever wondered what happens when someone actually calls for help or what stands in the way of truly supporting people in crisis, this episode breaks it all down. So join us next week where we continue to intervene with So join us next week where we continue to learn how to intervene with ease.